Okay, very good. So Sherry, the next step is, once again, this is bioenergetic medicine. Okay, it's a little different. For some people that have never seen this, it'll be very, very strange. And here's what's interesting. You don't have to believe. You can be as skeptical as you want to believe. If I get the reflex points to turn on, that is to get stronger, and you do what I tell you to do, you're going to be a very happy woman in the next weeks to months to come, because you're going to notice that your body temperature will begin to elevate, that you'll have less intolerance to the cold, that the thin appearance, thin wrinkles of the hand will begin to disappear, and over time the hair will once again be very full and luxurious, so to speak. You'll have that wonderful flexibility and shine to your hair that you have when you're really, really, really healthy. Okay? Then this is very bad weather for somebody that has a hypothyroid problem. It brings out the worst in anybody with a hypothyroid issue. Okay?
Great.
So here's what I'm going to do. These are homeopathic remedies. We're going to put them on your body. We know what's weak. We had mentioned that the thyroid reflex point, the liver reflex point, and the adrenal reflex points were all weak. What we're going to do now is we're going to place these homeopathic remedies on the body. It will have an energetic impact on the body. We're looking to see if we get a change from a weak reflex to a strong reflex. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
It's really that simple.
Yep.
So we know it was weak, now we're going to see how we can make it strong. Okay, so I'm going to put this on your body like this. Now, the mistake that we often think is we think, you know, this is just a table, this is just a body. Okay? Everything interacts with everything else in one way or another.
We are
Now,
energy.
We are energy, exactly. So you're currently interacting, whether you're conscious of it or not, with me and with anything and everything in this room. It all impacts your energy and energetic field. Your energetic field impacts mine. Okay? So let's check this. Let's see if we can get a change.
Okay.
Hold here. Okay? Now I'm going to come up here, check the thyroid point, and please, Sherry, hold. What do you notice all of a sudden?
I really had to fight you from falling down.
Yeah, not perfect, but you were
Right.
definitely stronger. And I want to make this point, because I really want you to get this. Watch this. Look how weak. I know I'm a pretty strong guy
Yeah.
still, okay? Pinky, look at this. That's really, really weak, okay?
Yes.
So what we're going to do, these are food vials. They have the energetic signature of particular foods.
Okay.
Foods that tend to be difficult for the greatest number of people.
Okay.
Dairy, wheat, eggs, that kind of thing.
Right.
Okay? Putting it in your energetic field on your body.
Okay.
Now, hold right here. Hold real hard. So there's a lock now.
Yeah.
No, it's not super, super strong. That tells us that there are some other factors that we have to look at. But let's take a peek. Here's what I want you to do. Now, since we both are made of energy,
Yeah.
when I touch you, we're energetically linked.
Yes.
So for example, if you put your hand on a wire that was hot, right now you'd be the one electrocuted. If I were
Yes.
foolish enough to touch you, what would happen?
You'd be electrocuted too.
Yeah, we'd go down together, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you hold your thyroid reflex point like that, just gently.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I'm going to plug in, if you will, to the different energetic signatures of foods. We're going to see how your strength changes. Okay?
Okay.
Thyroid reflex is weak. Now, we have the plastic against the body, so we don't have a profound experience
Right.
of your body to these. We would if we put them directly on the body. Okay? Now, I'm going to touch, hold, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. Hold real hard, hold. That's pretty easy for you to hold, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're pretty doggone strong there.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
That's the energetic signature for you with the dynamic applied to your energetic field of wheat. So I have a question for you. You know what? I'm going to write these down. Do you notice that you feel different when you eat wheat? I'm going to put that right there. Like you notice your heart might beat
No.
higher? Do you? Okay. Some people are very, very, very sensitive. So if they eat wheat, they might do anything from break out in a rash to find they have an elevated heartbeat, to have ringing in the ears.
No.
Okay.
None of that. And I've been trying to be very aware of what happens. The only time I ever eat wheat is in the morning when I have my old-fashioned organic oatmeal. That is it. It's the only wheat I eat.
So you have oatmeal and wheat together?
No, it's just oatmeal. To me, oatmeal is a grain that's made from...
Oh, and I'm speaking, we're gonna test oats next, Sherry, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I don't eat wheat.
Okay, got it. Don't eat wheat, because energetically, you're very sensitive to it.
Okay,
Okay, now hold real hard and hold. That's oats.
okay,
Not quite as strong a reaction, but still strong.
okay.
Okay, hold right here. That's rye. Hold. Corn. Hold. Little bit of a reaction there. That's brown rice.
Really?
Yeah, so you're very sensitive to a lot of the traditional grains. Wheat, oats, rye, corn.
Okay, I don't eat corn and I don't eat rice either. Except if I'm eating sushi, I make them give me brown rice sushi.
I gotcha. Now, let's go here and hold. Very, very interesting. That's white rice.
Uh-huh.
So I hate to say this,
I don't eat white rice.
if you can,
Yeah,
if you're ever going to eat it, I'm going to say something that's going to be non-conventional.
go ahead.
Don't eat brown, eat organic, white, non-bleached. Here's brown rice for you. Hold. You're not reacting well. Now, I'm not sure why exactly. You do have gluten in corn
Right.
and in rice. It's a different form of gluten than in
Okay.
wheat or oats. But you're actually testing in a pretty non-favorable way to brown rice. Happens to be one of my worst allergens. Now, one of the reasons that so many people are actually intolerant to brown rice is because unfortunately they store in warehouses that are very, very hot and the oils become rancid.
Uh-huh.
So, don't have bleached white rice, but if you can find non-bleached organic white rice,
Whole Foods.
yeah, that's what you want to do. Because your thyroid is reacting to the foods that we've tested positive for.
What about quinoa?
I apologize. Quinoa is not traditionally something that a lot of people are intolerant to, so it's not in this set of food testing vials.
Okay.
But if you bring it in, or I can give you a test that you can do called the cocoa or pulse test at your house.
Okay.
And if you ask me later, I'll tell you exactly how to do that. It's very easy to determine whether you're intolerant to a food. Actually, I'll tell people right now. What you can do, you can we relax for a second here. If you're unsure about whether you're intolerant to a particular food, what you do is you sit quietly at your kitchen table and you have someone get you, well, I'll backstep here. Take your pulse here as follows for a minute, 3 times. Average it for the 60-second periods. So if my heartbeat the first time was 72, 73 was the second, 71 for the third, the average would be 72 beats a minute. And what you do is you eat one food item. After you've been sitting there resting for about 7 or 8 minutes, you eat one food item. You see in the next 8 or so minutes whether your heart rate has gone up about 8 beats a minute. If your heart rate is elevated 8 beats or more a minute, that tells you that food is very stressful and you should not eat it. So sit quietly for 7 or 8 minutes, take your pulse rate 3 times for 60 seconds and average it. Eat one food item only. And then in 7 or 8 minutes, check your pulse again 3 times for 60 seconds. Average it out. If the average heartbeat after you've eaten that one food is elevated by 8 or more beats per minute, you probably should not be eating that food. That's a test you can do at your house if you're unsure and you want to test for quinoa. Okay, very good. All right. So touch your thyroid again. Let's do some more here. These are some of the foods that most people are very intolerant to. And hold. So you're like me when you got for sushi, you don't want to have that soy.
Okay.
Okay. And hold. Very good. You can have spelt. Hold right here. And you can have millet. Good. Do you feel the difference there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Got several more here I want to do. Good. And hold right here. Here's sugar. Hold. See, people really in this country do not understand what a poison white refined sugar is. We all hear it's bad. White refined sugar, white refined grains, and white refined salt are 3 of the worst foods you can put on your body. Okay? All right, so we're almost done here. See, there's fruit sugar, no problem. Look at this, here's honey. See how easy that is?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, hold. Oh, you're not going to like that. Dairy. I know. But weren't you telling me you were having difficulty with smoothies? With whey protein?
No.
Okay, somebody else recently was telling me, I thought it was you. Okay. So,
I'm a whey protein addict.
so what I need to do is test you specifically. These are milk products.
Okay.
You might be okay for whey.
Okay.
I doubt you're okay for casein. Casein is the one that most people tend to react to.
Right, and the only milk product I have is from the Greek yogurt or
Okay?
the organic
All right, so it's
cheese.
fermented. So what we
Yeah.
need to do is test you for those. Lactose is a sugar
Yeah,
in dairy that a lot of people have difficulty with.
right,
And casein is a protein that I find many people have trouble with.
right.
Often people can have whey, sometimes as long as it's fermented. And kefir is considerably more fermented, for
Yes.
example, than yogurt. So the lactose levels are going to be less
Right.
in kefir than in yogurt.
And I looked at kefir, but the problem with kefir is it has more sugar in it
Yes,
than the 2% plain
Right.
unflavored
Yeah.
Greek yogurt does. And so that's what I look at, is how many grams of sugar something has.
yeah, I got it, yeah. Hard to be lean if you're eating, really, even healthy fruit sugars
Yeah.
in any significant amount. I was doing in the area of 5 to 10 different servings of fruit a day, and I couldn't lose weight. It was too much sugar, even though it was a healthy sugar.
Right.
It was still too much. All right, so very, very good. So now we're going to hold that point, and you know what? Hold on, I want to do something else here. I want to test the other points. Actually, let go of this one.
Okay.
Let's test liver and hold, no change. Adrenals, no change. Okay. So the thyroid is, we have a definite problem,
Okay.
okay? It's sensitive to the constituents of particular foods, okay?
All right.
Now here's where it gets tricky. What happens often is that you eat specific foods that are then brought into your body and then of course become part of you. So one of the ways that we can induce an autoimmune disease is by having you frequently eat things that you're intolerant to, that challenge the immune system, which then after you eat them, you digest them, you absorb them, become part of you.
Mhm.
That's why it's such a bad idea, for example, to get injected with a vaccine that has squalene. Squalene is a component of olive oil.
Mhm.
So year after year, if you're getting a flu vaccine that has squalene in it, and then you're eating olive oil and salads, you think the immune system might one day say, wait a minute, you're using us to enhance the immune response for the vaccine, and you're eating us, and we're becoming part of you.
Mhm.
So in the years to come, I'm going to make a prediction. You're going to hear about autoimmune diseases going absolutely rampant in this country, and everybody will scratch their head and say, what's wrong with this? You know, where's this coming from? There's your solution. In other words, leave the squalene out of the vaccines.
Yes.
Okay? All right, here we go. Now we're going to check for the energetic signature of certain things. Oh, very strong. Touch that thyroid again. Now, hold. Now hold. Very strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, once again, we're not diagnosing, we're not treating. But what that tells me is there is a compatibility, if you will, in terms of response between the thyroid and the energetic signature of a viral vial. Okay? So, I would suggest, that there's a very good chance that you have a virus, okay,
Mhm.
that has impregnated, if you will, the cells of the thyroid, and that the thyroid, the immune system of the body is now going after them. And in fact, is it okay if I share with them what you told me about your diagnosis? Is that,
Sure.
you were diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease whereby the body's immune cells attack the thyroid. My hunch is that one of the things that's going on is you probably have viral cells in the thyroid cells, and the immune system is going, you're not supposed to be there, and therefore turning it into Swiss cheese. So you're getting a lower and lower amount of thyroid function. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's check a few more things here,
Okay.
and that'll tell us exactly where we want to go here. Let's check for the energetic signature. Hold here, please. Okay, no change. No change. No change. Good. Okay, now let's check for the energetic signature of some very specific chemicals. And hold. And hold. Okay, and hold.